Okay, welcome back. So on this episode, we're going to talk about one of the easiest things for quadratics. Before, we were talking about standard form. Standard form looks like this for quadratics. ax squared plus bx plus c. And in order to find our vertex, we have to graph it, or we have to use the axis of symmetry equation, x is equal to negative b over 2a. But there's this nice little thing that if our quadratic is in what we call vertex form, we can do a lot of stuff. We can easily identify all of this information that's given to us. More specifically, we can easily identify our vertex. Kind of like a slope-intercept form with linear equations. So our quadratic vertex form is the form of y is equal to a times x minus h, that's squared, minus, not minus, sorry, my apologies, plus k. Now, your vertex is at h, comma, k. Notice, it is that value, h, comma, k. Notice inside here, this is negative h. Whatever h is, we're going to do opposite. In other words, we'll come back to that. And then our axis of symmetry is at the point, or the equation, x is equal to h. Okay? Now, let's talk about some examples. So let's say I have the example. Let's say I have the equation in vertex form. Y is equal to x plus 4 squared. And let's say minus 2. My vertex is going to be the point. This is positive 4, so that means that that's going to be negative 4. My 2 is outside the parentheses, so that's going to be negative 2. Okay? Gets a little confusing, but just think about both of these terms are going to be opposite what you think. Okay? Let's do, and then my axis of symmetry, it's going to be x is equal to negative 4. Now, for some additional information, we know that a value is still there. That a value still determines whether or not we're happy or sad. This is a happy parabola. So that means that this is a minimum value. So even from this, I can still get my range. My range is going to be y greater than or equal to negative 2. My domain is still going to be all real numbers. Okay? I'm going to give you another one. Let's give you this problem. I'm going to say y is equal to negative x minus 3, and then that's squared. I'd like you to pause the video and then see if you can answer those questions. All right, if you didn't pause the videos, that's okay. Just follow along. Now, my a value here is negative 1. So that means that this is a sad parabola. So our vertex is going to be a maximum value, because our parabola is going to look something like this. Okay? Parabola is going to be downwards. All right? Our vertex is going to be at the point. Our h here is equal to positive 3. Our k, if there's no plus here, then our k is equal to 0. So our point is going to be 3, 0 for our vertex. That means our range is going to be y, if it's a max, less than or equal to 0. Okay, let me put 0 there. And our domain, again, is going to be all real numbers. And our axis of symmetry is going to be x is equal to 3. That's pretty much it. That's really, see how handy the vertex form is? And then in the next video, we will talk about how to graph it using our vertex form. It's really, really easy. I should only need